Whether you're a fan of top-down shooters, classic arcade shmups, or even games in the style of SNES classics like Star Fox, 2026 is absolutely loaded with high-octane indie romps. This list has you covered with 10 of the most explosive-looking indie shooters blasting onto the scene this year. So strap in because we're about to take one hell of a ride. But real quick, support real people making real things at patreon.com/idreamofindiegames, where your new indie gaming community is waiting for you. Dropping this month into early access is a shooter that ticks a lot of boxes. Roguelike, tick. Looter shooter, tick. Bullet hell top down, tick. And if that wasn't enough, you're fighting through hordes of zombies. What more could you possibly want from R.I.P. Reincarnation insurance program? Well, if you're still not convinced, this Survivor-like combines the typical gameplay we'd see with those games with the same progression as an action RPG that tasks our protagonist with resetting the undead apocalypse. In between the huge groups of enemies that you can take down with your vast arsenal, you can scavenge the ruins of this post-apocalyptic world to find golden loot that can change the game, face bosses at the end of each run, or save your stock by sleeping in this roguelike adventure that launches on January 25th. A slightly different top-down shooter now in number 9 in the form of Kusan City of Wolves, a cyberpunk shoot-'em-up where every move counts. Set in a pixel art urban jungle, where the characters are literal animals, the story is told in gorgeous graphic novel comic panels, and as you battle your way through 54 stages that will test your skill and give you a perfect score to work for should you fancy it, you need to make sure your movements are precise and every shot counts, as your enemies are just as hardcore as you are. And with every upgrade you acquire, you'll unlock new ways to fight to optimise your playstyle. The full thing is accompanied by a high adrenaline Korean hip-hop score from L'Optimist and DJ Garruk, so you're in for a fast-paced, high-energy time when this one launches this year. Number 8 takes us from top-down graphic novel shooters to a 3D cartoon surrealist twin-stick shooter called The Cabbage Effect. This absurdist post-apocalyptic narrative has Earth invaded by a quirky bunch of strange creatures, from giant living cakes to dinosaurs to whatever that big boob-eyed head thing is. And it is up to our team of protagonists to pull out some of their equally ridiculous weapons to protect the planet and stop the invasion. These various environments can be interacted with in a whole host of ways, and it's in these environments that the storytelling is portrayed, in an entirely non-verbal way. This arcadey, unique shooter is set to launch this year, and if you're looking for a high-value adventure, you should definitely add this one to your wishlist. If you're looking at number 7 and feeling a slightly familiar pang, then you wouldn't be alone, as this next one is heavily inspired by the SNES days of the past, and specifically a certain foxy starship pilot. First Squadron Phoenix is an action-packed on-rails shooter starring a colourful cast of animal characters, from Axel the Axolotl to Robin the Robin. With your renegade team, you'll need to protect the Federation from the enemies that threaten it, and through a series of roguelike levels you'll unlock weapons, upgrade your ship and beef up your skill tree, so taking on huge bosses is just a little bit easier. If you need a classic on-rails shooter with all the nostalgic appeal of the genre, but none of the difficult controls we've evolved on from, then add this one to your wishlist for its Q1 release. Another bullet hell now at number 6, but It Consumes puts you firmly among the chaos as you fight through this arena FPS roguelite that is entirely in the dark. As if the idea of fighting huge waves of enemies head-on wasn't scary enough, It Consumes puts you entirely in the dark and only lets you reveal your surroundings by sending pulses out, though it is not permanent and you may find yourself plunged back into darkness sooner than you would like. Each run has you gaining new abilities, upgrading your magical hand, and potentially becoming the most powerful demon-slaying machine the arena has ever seen. You can customise your build, adjust how challenging the game is with the difficulty modifier, and maybe even create an entirely custom game mode that can be as broken as you want it to be. It Consumes is set to launch in the first part of this year, but if you can't wait that long, you can give the demo a go or sign up to participate in their playtest right now. Now you will have to wait a bit longer for number 5 as its release window isn't until the end of the year, but that just gives you some more time to get good at the genre before you dive into KORRIDOR, the arcadey roguelike shoot 'em up set entirely in a long dungeon corridor. This retro 3D shooter is a mix between gate runners and survivor-likes, and requires you to mow down hundreds of demons with your machine gun in one of 4 unique levels. You can compete with other players to get the top spot on the leaderboard, work towards getting all 66 achievements, or simply beef up your stats and guns so much that you mow down every monster that runs your way. Plus, in between slaughtering hordes of monsters, you'll get lots of fun facts about the Middle Ages to help in case you have a pub quiz on the topic coming up. If you're looking for a more extraterrestrial enemy to unload your magazine into, then number 4, or Palpus X Annihilation, is the isometric shooter for you. Assigned by your company to go and investigate a suspicious silence from a high-tech facility, you find yourself face to face with lots of aliens with only a chain gun to help. Oh wait, that actually sounds really useful. Nice. Each alien explodes into a puddle of viscera and goo, which slowly covers the ground, leaving a nice sticky red carpet across the entire play area. Alongside your chain gun, you'll have access to armed trucks and defense turrets to make turning the alien foes into jam even easier. Plus, the more you play, the higher your skills get, and the quicker the floor gets gooey. You can play through the campaign, or create buckets of alien goo by the second in Horde mode when Palpus X Annihilation launches on the 17th of February. Number 3 is another roguelite bullet hell, but this time we're taking to the skies in an ultimate warjet, taking down enemies in burning skies. You'll assemble your very own jet with whatever pieces you've unlocked, upgrade said pieces and stack weapons, special attacks and drones before you head out on another run to resist the war machines and save mankind. Each run is totally different, with procedurally generated maps, various enemies and multiple bosses to go up against, and it is up to your nimble fingers to dodge their frantic attacks and shoot the baddies straight out of the sky. Set the skies aflame when Burning Skies launches in the first half of this year. We're continuing to set things on fire now, but instead of the whole sky, we're specifically focusing on weather in Blaze of Storm. This arcade-style shoot-em-up has you fighting enemies as a cyber driver in this pixel art neon world that is managed by a giant computer that does not know how to handle a crumbling piece. The cyberpunk world is crumbling around you and you're the only one who can save humanity. And the only way to do that is by fighting through fast-paced vertical scrolling gameplay in a retro shooter that is due to launch early 2026. And this last one uses a word I have never even seen before. So it can be nothing but impressive when I say Cosmic Carnage has 3.69 quintillion possible builds. This twin-stick top-down shooter has you battling against waves of alien spaceships as a totally unique ship with one of 10 astronauts flying one of 10 ships, with a choice of 15 modifications and a selection of over 100 upgrades. The roguelike elements have you collecting EXP to level up your ship in order to survive the hellish onslaught of UFOs. In a game all about doing tons of damage very quickly to lots of aliens, you'll need to choose your upgrades wisely. But if you make the wrong choice, you don't have to worry too much, just choose a new loadout and get back out there. This colourful neon galaxy can be defended when Cosmic Carnage launches this month. So there you have it, 10 shooters you should definitely check out this year. Will you be adding any of these to your wish list? Let us know in the comments and make sure to subscribe for more videos.